name's Connor Attridge. I go to Hillcrest Middle School in SD43. I'm here to talk to you about my experience in gifted education. I'm in a program called the MAC, which stands for Middle Age Cluster Class. It's a middle school program. I mean, it's different because you get to work at your own pace, and you get to adjust to projects to adjust them to your strengths. And I mean, in elementary school, I was actually in French immersion. And my gifted life started in 2nd grade. I took a test in my gymnasium, and I didn't understand what it was for. I mean, I thought it wasn't hard, so I didn't have to do any work. So as a 2nd grader, that was fine with me. But life went on, and in 3rd grade, I mean, our gifted teacher came into our classroom and asked if she could bore me for a second, and we went into what I knew as the gifted room. And when I look back on it, I mean, I remember just going in there and loving it. And we did a lot of fun projects. I remember we took apart an actual computer, like not the monitor, the full-on computer, and we made an art project out of it. And like, or for example, after the Haitian earthquake, we made a newspaper, and we donated all the money to Haiti, and we called it Halo Haiti, and we worked on that for a few weeks, and it was so cool. Like, I loved that. I mean, what I really liked about the pull-out classes is the freedom we had with our projects. We could take them in any direction, any way, shape, or form, and that was my favorite part. And I got offered to do a pull-out class, like out of school, at Mundy Road with a teacher named Mrs. Greenall. And there I did a forensics course. So there we would actually go and we would solve riddles. She brought us into class, and she pulled one of the kids out beforehand, and she asked him to write a note. And she came into class and she said, somebody has stolen our computers, broke in last night and stole our computers, and we all had to write out the same note, and we had to compare our different writing styles and find out which one belonged to the computer thief, and like it was things like that, and I just love that. Because I mean, as I think it was Louise said, it's just tying into a real life scenario, a real life problem that we can do. I mean, my behavior in elementary school really, it wasn't the best. I mean, I'd finish my work, to be totally fair, I mean, I'd finish my work and I would get bored, and so I'd go talking to my friends, and then I'd disrupt them, and then I'd go wander off to another group of friends and disrupt them. And my teachers, yeah, they didn't understand me, they didn't get me, so I was sent to the office a lot, and I was on a behavior plan for 2nd and 3rd grade, where I would get, and and my dad actually came to me, I think it was in 3rd grade, and he asked me if I'd be okay skipping a grade, and I was taken aback. I was, okay. So a month later, after a lot of meetings and assessments and find out where I would fit best, I actually skipped from grade 3 to grade 5. I skipped grade 4, and I mean, it really took a while because, I mean, academically, I think I fit in well, but it's socially, because all my peers are a year ahead of me. Well, I'm with people a year ahead of me, and I still am, but it took me a while to click. I really think I only started to really understand my peers, and my peers started to understand me and really excelled socially only maybe last year. I mean, there was still my challenge center, and there were some fun projects. I remember in grade 5, we made a bridge out of toothpicks, and we had to make an arc over, and everyone made nice and tidy bridges, and I was in a group with all my friends. And I'm very messy, I'm not very organized. And what we decided to do is we had a budget. So we spent all our entire budget, and we had no money left. We spent it all on toothpicks and glue and just threw them all together in this arc. That was our bridge, it was done. And I remember the tester actually broke before our bridge did, so that was pretty cool. I mean, one day after my pull-out challenge, I was handed an application for the MAC. And I applied. I'd have to come out of my French immersion, and I thought it was worth it. So I went to Hillcrest for middle school. I mean, I didn't know what to expect, but I really, really loved it. I mean, in elementary, I found myself becoming bored because the work, it just wasn't challenging enough for me. And I think of MAC as being able to adjust to the assignments. Like I said before, you can just take it any which way. An example of that, like we actually started with a survey that Dr. K actually designed, and one of my teachers just kind of used it, and we basically, it was, take this, how do you like to learn, and where do you want to take this, and it was on the doomsday. It was like December. I remember after some begging and pleading. It was due on December 22nd. And so if the world ended, we never had to actually hand in our project. Because the world was said to end on December 21st, and so the due date was December 22nd. And I mean, so what we had to do is we literally had the project has to be around Doomsday in some way, shape, or form. And you could take it. You could do a survival kit on how to survive Doomsday. You could look at how the different ways the world might end, previous Doomsdays, and it's literally you could go in any direction. And that's really what I really like about Mac is that's what you can do with everything. You can just go in any way, shape, or form. Like we still cover the criteria. It's just that we can, like I said, design turn projects into the way in directions that we want to go. I mean, last year I came to Mac, and I think some of my elementary school behaviors followed me, but it's just I need to. The main thing is you just have to put your head down and just do it, and that's one of the main things. And I'm still in Mac today, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, I think that was a great decision on my part. Thank you.
Hello there, my name is Emma Lau. I am in grade 7 and I am from Burnaby. My gifted life, well, let's just start at the beginning. I used to live in Coquitlam, so the beginning of my gifted life was much like Connor's. In grade 3, I took a test and I found out I was gifted. Yep, poof. And I would be in a pull-up program, and every once in a while, I would be taken out of class to go to a room with the gifted teacher and learn all sorts of things that I have never done before. This was a long time ago, and my memory isn't exactly like, well, everyone else's. I have a very poor memory. But what I can remember is, when we were in the gifted program in our school, we did a bake sale to raise funds for Haiti, like he did, and we actually got into the newspaper, and we were really excited about that. And that's when I really realized that I like being in the gifted program. It's fun. But then I was supposed to be in the Mac program, but then before I started middle school, I moved to Burnaby. In Burnaby, well, apparently, when I moved over to Burnaby, the school that I came from forgot to send all the information about me being gifted. So I had to take the test again, and I didn't even get into the gifted program until this year. But this year, I did something amazing. I did an engineering module for a gifted program outside of school, and it's probably the most fun thing I have ever done, except for maybe ziplining. I had opportunities to learn things that I would never been able to done in regular school. For example, last week we just finished creating environmentally friendly cars powered by fuel cells. And as my school isn't exactly the richest school in the district, normally they would never be able to afford it. So I was really excited by that, and everything in the module was so interesting that now I am seriously considering going to engineering when I grow up.
So when I was in kindergarten, I remember receiving the news that I would be accelerated to grade 2 the next year, and that I would have to be in school for the full day for the rest of the year. And honestly, as a 5-year-old, I I was excited, but honestly, the only thing that was pretty much going through my head was, wow, I'm going to be at school for the full day, and that means I'm going to miss my favorite show, Blue's Clues. Hi, my name is Hiba Sena. I am currently in grade 9 in the Inner A program at Qualton Park Secondary, which is a leadership program, and that is located in Surrey. And as you heard from my story before, I skipped from kindergarten to grade 2, and between grades 3 and 4, I was in 3 different challenge programs. And in grade 4, I took a test to be a part of the math class like Connor was, and I was accepted into that program, and from grades 5 to 7, I was in the math class. So from kindergarten to grade 4, I faced a lot of challenges. The biggest challenge of them all was that I really wasn't being challenged enough. All of my studies were really easy, and I was getting really good grades, and I didn't develop the skills which I wanted to develop, such as my leadership skills. So in that sense, school was pushing me down a little bit. And I was also bullied for being a year younger and for being gifted. And especially in grade 4, I was bullied for about half of the year, and that took a bit of a toll on my self-esteem. So, like I said before, I moved to MAC for grades 5 to 7, and honestly, it was probably one of the best experiences and one of the most memorable experiences that I have till date. My teacher was a really great teacher, and the opportunities that I was given, I was able to develop a lot of the skills which I wanted to develop, such as my leadership skills, my public speaking skills, and my critical and analytical thinking skills. So some of the opportunities that I was given was that I was able to MC at many school events, such as the school concerts, the Remembrance Day Assembly, the Anti-Bullying Day Ceremony. Our class would also publish a bi-weekly newspaper called the Berkshire Times, and being in MAC for 3 years, I was able to partake in many different roles in that. So I was the editor, layout, columnist, interviewer, so those definitely helped improve my skills. Also, I played badminton, and I really love badminton right now, and I still play badminton. And I was on the badminton team in grades 6 and 7, and through that, I was able to communicate with the people who were in the regular program and people who were with my program in MAC. So that sort of helped me develop my communication skills while doing something that I really love, badminton. Also, my teacher, Mr. Allinger, he was a great teacher. Like Connor's MAC program, our learning that we did was very interactive and it was very fun. We rarely opened a textbook. I think the only time we opened a textbook was in grade 6, and that was just for one lesson. So throughout my whole 3 years, I literally never opened a textbook, which was great for me. I also developed many friends and many contacts, like alumni who graduated from MAC. So I'm currently great friends with them, and I'm still in touch with them. So I'm really blessed to have been presented with this opportunity to be in MAC. So currently, like I said before, I am in the Inner A program, which is a leadership program. So I have been able to develop many of my leadership opportunities. I'm currently a homeroom representative for my homeroom, so I do attendance, I say the announcement, and I just keep homeroom going smoothly for the morning and the afternoon. I also run student-led seminars called choice seminars, and I've run many on many topics, such as how to extract strawberry DNA, how the world has changed, and stop-motion animation. And through my experiences from MAC, I try to implement those in my seminars by making my seminars interactive and fun, while the students are still learning. I also am a volunteer with the City of Surrey, and actually just this weekend I volunteered at the Surrey Children's Festival face painting, and I do a children's art class every Tuesday. So through this, I just would like to say that I think that all of the experiences which I've had, skipping a grade, being in 3 challenge programs, and being in MAC are all stepping stones towards my future goal, to become a pediatrician. Wow. And these goals have definitely shaped, and these stepping stones which I've taken in have definitely shaped who I am today. Thank you.